Welcome to the Friendsgiving Lifestyle Podcast, the space where we celebrate the power of community and the joy of gathering around a shared table. I'm your host, Sandra Colton-Medici, and each week we explore how to create meaningful connections, lasting traditions, and delicious meals that make every guest feel at home. From hosting tips to heartfelt conversations, we're here to help you lean into the season of gratitude. So pull up a chair, there's always a place for you here, right at the table. Let's get started. Hi everyone, I'm Sandra Colton-Medici and welcome to episode 9 of the Friendsgiving Lifestyle Podcast. We've reached the spring equinox, that perfect moment of balance where day and night are equal. In the gardening world, this is where you prune the dead wood to make room for the new growth. Well, your social life needs pruning too. Today, we're talking about the spring equinox reset. We're clearing out social clutter, those friendships that feel a little bit like obligations, and refreshing our energy for the season ahead. I'm so excited that you're here. Before we dive in, thank you so much for being here. And I want you to know that we're trying to make our social channels just as fun as the podcast. So stay tuned to the end of the episode where I will let you know all of the social channels where you can find the Friendsgiving shop online, the Friendsgiving Lifestyle Podcast, and of course, all things Friendsgiving. And don't forget to leave a note in the comments of the podcast that you're listening to right now, because I want to know that you're at the table this week. Say something like, hey girl, hey, I'm here. This is Stacy from San Diego, or this is Quentin from Toronto. I'd love to see who has taken a seat at the table this week. I keep saying this every week. I'm going to try to do some shout outs in some upcoming podcasts. All right, the quick win for today, open up your favorites list on your phone. Yeah, I know you have a favorites. And if there's someone on there that you haven't had a real conversation with in the past 6 months, swap them out for someone who actually poured into you this winter. That means you are resetting your favorites list. I know, it's a hard reset. So what's on the menu this week? Light, bright, and green. Spring is about lightness. We are moving away from the heavy stews of January and toward vibrant greens. You're going to host the best green goddess salad swap or a spring pea risotto night. Think asparagus and fresh mint. The vibe should be everything that feels crisp. If you're doing a potluck, challenge your friends to bring a dish featuring one ingredient they've never cooked with before. It symbolizes the new growth that we're all chasing this season. I want to get your opinions on everything from tablescapes to how to handle guests who trash talk other guests after the party concludes. So head on over to my brand spanking new YouTube channel for that and so much more as we lean into the Friendsgiving lifestyle. Okay, it's time to do the hard part, which is identifying social clutter. Let's get into the heart of the reset. What exactly is social clutter? Now, it's the standing coffee date that you dread, the group chat that only drains your battery, or the friend who only calls you when they need a ride to LAX. If you know, you know. The strategy, you're going to use the equinox audit. Ask yourself 3 questions about your current social circles. Does this connection feel balanced? Do I leave our interactions feeling energized or just exhausted? Am I holding on to this friendship out of history or out of harmony? Pruning isn't about being mean or even mean-spirited. It's just about being honest. Now, you should have an open seat policy. Once you prune, you create space. And in the Friendsgiving lifestyle, space is a luxury we use very wisely. Here's the vibe. I want you to commit to the open seat policy for your spring gatherings by intentionally not inviting the obligation friends. I know it sounds horrible to say out loud, but you need to leave room for the wild card. That's the neighbor that you've wanted to get to know or the new person at work. Here's your hosting hack. When you refresh your guest list, the dynamic changes instantly. It's like opening a window in a stuffy room. New stories, new laughs, and new perspectives. Over on the Friendsgiving shop, I've introduced a new way to send your besties a note. In addition to our physical products, you can now see our new e-cards. You can personalize the note that you send with each e-card as well. And because you're tuning in to the podcast, you're the first to know about our latest physical product coming to the shop this week. Last week, I introduced our very first square invitation card for Friendsgiving 2026. You can see it at friendsgivingshop.com. And you can also see our leather cover guest book, which you can snag there as well. And For the big reveal, this is it. It's in a little packet. It's instant sourdough. This is going to be one of your lifesavers for one of your upcoming impromptu Friendsgiving get-togethers. Now, let me just say this. You can find the little packets on the shop, and I am going to tell you, if you've never seen those videos of people making sourdough and just like laboring, you're going to escape a little bit of that hard work. So check it out on the shop. I'm going to post these this week, so don't miss out. These are for use in bread, pizza, and more. Particularly, I'm thinking that Friendsgiving that is impromptu, where you're like, I'll make the bread, you bring the wine, let's do this. Just last minute. This is a quick rising instant sourdough. It's gluten-free and non-GMO, so get it while you can on the shop. Don't forget, we also have our Friendsgiving 2026 4-screen invitations, and now you have the choice between your physical invites or the e-cards. All right, to mark the equinox, I love to incorporate a small ritual into the dinner. You are going to give everyone a small slip of seed paper, ask them to write down one social habit or a limiting belief that they are going to be releasing this spring. It's like saying yes when I mean no, or comparing my life to my friends. Those are the things that they can write down. And the action item is, instead of burning them, we're going to plant them. Provide a small pot of soil on the table. We bury the old habits to fertilize with new intentions. It's a literal way to show that your table is a place of growth, not just consumption. All right, the Side Dish Energy newsletter is something that you can subscribe to right there on my website today. Delivered to your inbox with care, you'll find new product announcements, subscriber-only sales, and fun behind the scenes of what is coming soon. It's called the Side Dish Energy newsletter because the sides are where it's at. If you still need some inspiration or invitations, head on over to friendsgivingshop.com. Check out the journal. There's so many different blog posts. My favorite is up this week. It is about the CEO's guide to Friendsgiving. So if you have a corporate job and you're worried about your Friendsgiving this year, check that out on our journal inside of friendsgivingshop.com. Now, let's wrap it up with some gratitude. Your time and energy are the most precious commodities. Don't be afraid to clear the weeds so your true friendships can bloom. The spring equinox reset is your permission slip to prioritize the people who make your life feel like springtime. The Friendsgiving lifestyle is about the connection, not the caviar. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe to the podcast, take a moment to subscribe on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Send a link to a friend. Sharing is caring. And don't forget to listen to the Friendsgiving soundtrack for March. It is out now on Spotify. You can also find it in one of our posts on the journal as well. If you'd like to sponsor an episode of the Friendsgiving Lifestyle podcast, or maybe you have a product that you want reviewed or featured in an upcoming episode, make sure to send an email to support@friendsgivingshop.com. You can also follow us on Instagram at the Friendsgiving Shop, on Blue Sky, TikTok, and YouTube, and Pinterest, I almost forgot that one, at Friendsgiving Shop. And of course, you can follow me on YouTube at Sandra Colton-Medici Official. I've put a social audit worksheet in the notes to help you navigate those tricky pruning conversations. And next week, we are looking inward for the Introvert's Guide, where I'll show you how to be the host with the most without burning out your battery. Check out the journal this week for that audit blog post as well. And don't forget to get your Friendsgiving 2026 invitations on the shop, your brand new instant sourdough packet, so that you can start making that at home as well. And all things Friendsgiving at friendsgivingshop.com. I'm Sandra Colton-Medici. Happy spring and happy resetting. I'll see you right back here at the table next week.